Hi, welcome back to the channel. I am back with another reading. So for this particular reading, we are going to be doing another celebrity couples reading. Well, they're technically not a couple anymore, but one of my subscribers did request that I do a reading on Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. I believe you pronounce his name. If I'm mispronouncing that, I apologize. But so we're going to jump right into it. For the couples reading, I love using the Lover's Oracle. So we're going to be using that. And we're also going to be using Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels. And if I need to clarify any of the messages, I will clarify it with the traditional tarot deck. Okay. So let's get right into the reading. I've already prayed over all of the cards that I'm going to be using today. Just want to preface this by saying that anything that I am saying is allegedly. I do not know any of these people that I am doing a reading on, nor do they know me. Okay, so everything I'm saying is allegedly. Okay. So do not take anything I'm saying for, don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's no malicious intent. All right. But if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and like this video. First and foremost, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And also make sure you guys are hitting the little notification bell so you can know when I go live and when I upload new readings. All right. So let's get right into Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn's reading. Okay. I think, is it Joe Alwyn? Let me see. Yeah, okay. So it looks like this was her ex. One of my subscribers wanted me to tap into the love energy surrounding them and see what comes up. So let's see. All right. My intention, of course, is for the messages to be accurate and precise, okay? But again, everything I am saying is allegedly. I'm just going off of what I see in the cards and my intuition and whatever messages come through, okay? All right, so the first card that flipped out is chemistry, but I'm not done shuffling, so there's some chemistry there between them two for sure. But I'm trying to, I know she's in a relationship now. Okay, so it's like, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so when it comes to Taylor Swift, give me a message that is accurate and precise and relevant. Tapping into the energy of Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn. What is the love energy? Romance, matters of the heart. Love, romance, and matters of the heart when it comes to Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift. I ask my spirit guides to protect me as I channel this message. Ask my I am to be with me as I channel these messages. Make these messages clear so that everyone can understand. All right, let's get right into it. It's gloomy outside, y'all. It's raining. It's been raining for the last 3 days out here where I am. So it's dark and gloomy. So I said, let me light a candle. I'm up early. I'm actually recording this at 8:20. I've been up since like 6 a.m. So let me get these readings out the way. All right, so let's get right into it. Give me a clear and precise message for, okay. So first card that came out, so remember in the beginning as I was shuffling, chemistry came out. So there is chemistry between them two, but I do feel like there was some control issues. So the main reason for their breakup was control issues. I feel like one of them, and there's two people being depicted here, a man and a woman, but I don't know why I'm picking up Taylor's energy. Taylor Swift's energy could have been a bit controlling. Okay, wanted to control the outcome where it says let go of control issues. So one of the two, whether it's her or him, I'm more so picking up her, wanted to control the dynamic of the relationship, wanted to control, and someone was very possessive is what I'm getting. Okay, instead of allowing the love to flourish and gradually, elevate. or whatever, or dissipate, whichever the two. I feel like somebody was wanting to control the outcome, and there was someone here, I feel like this is her, that was very possessive. You see how she's holding on to this child here? So this person is very possessive here, okay? But there was chemistry between the two. All right, next card that comes out is calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you two together. So Taylor Swift wants to be, she's a relationship girly. Like, she's very much a relationship girly. Like, she likes being in a relationship. She likes having a man. She prays about this. She could even visualize about this, or do visualizations on like how she wants the perfect man to be, right? So I do feel like she uses a lot of spirituality, occult knowledge, even metaphysical modalities and things like that to attract her soulmate, okay? So this woman here is praying, and there's an angel that appears behind her as she prays. She's calling in her soulmate. So I do feel like Taylor Swift is one of those women that she loves being in a relationship. She wants to be in a relationship almost desperately, to the point where she, well, maybe desperate is not the right word, but you know what I mean, just relentlessly asking for something over and over until she gets it. She's a go-getter when it comes to her success in her music career, as well as in her relationships. She's one of those people that, you know, she doesn't want to be alone. She wants to be in a relationship, and she will do anything that she can, which means praying, meditating, visualizing, I don't know, you know, writing out how you want your man to be, like that type of thing. She's into that in order to bring in her soulmate. So when it comes to Joe Alwyn, I feel like he was very protective of her, okay? With the wings behind here, this is very protective energy. And I feel like he's being represented by this angel here. And I'm not saying that he's perfect, okay? These are just spiritually. He was a protector. He was definitely a protector. He could have even been, it could have been his energy that was a bit controlling, because he has a very protective nature. Okay, what else? Okay, so it says stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Yeah, this is Taylor. She is, like I said, a relationship girl. She loves love, all right? She's had a lot of, she hasn't been successful. What I originally was going to say is she has a lot of failure in when it comes to matters of the heart, but she doesn't allow that to warped her thinking when it comes to relationships. She's still optimistic, okay? She's moved on, and she's now dating oh my god, I just did a reading on them too. I can't remember his name, but he's another Travis Kelce. So she's now dating Travis Kelce, right? So she has the ability to, once a relationship is over, to move on to the next, because she stays optimistic here. Okay, this is someone that is not bitter. She could even give offerings. She may have like a ancestor altar, or she may have like statues, like romantic type of statues in her home, or she could have some sort of altar, okay, with statues on it, and she gives offerings to these. I'm hearing like Greek gods and goddesses, like goddesses of love. I heard Athena. I just heard Athena. Okay, so she could maybe try to channel that energy, or she gives offerings in a spiritual sense in order to stay optimistic about her love life. So she believes in whatever she's doing, okay? Whatever it is that Taylor Swift does on the spiritual level, she believes it very much. She uses her faith in divinity or in the occult. I don't know how her spirituality is set up, so I'm not really sure. But what I'm getting is that this is a woman that uses her spirituality in order to bring about what she desires, specifically when it comes to her love life. Okay, so this is her here. I also feel like she's a woman that she's a gift giver. She loves giving gifts. When she's with a man, like she's a gift giver. She's, you know, that's like her love language, acts of service and things like that. She also likes to receive gifts as well. Okay, what else? Show me Joe Alwyn. What is he? Well, I'll clarify that with the tarot a little later. All right, so can I get 3 more cards? 3 more. Thank you. Yes, as past life relationship, keep an open mind. They are definitely open to dating each other again. There's a lot of chemistry here. Past life relationship and keep an open mind. Okay, so there is a lot of chemistry still between them two. With the let go of control issues and that being clarified by past life relationship, I do feel like even though they have strong chemistry, they're very much attracted to each other. I don't feel like this is that's not her person, is what I'm getting. That's not her person. So she did have to close that chapter. But she's keeping an open mind, or at least he is keeping an open mind about her and just about dating in general. When it comes to, and I'm talking about Joe here. Okay. You see him here, you know, flirting with other women, talking to other women, keeping his options open, exercising his options. Okay. It says your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Okay. I don't know if Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn may have known each other in the past, maybe like when they were younger, maybe teenagers, or they've known each other before. So I guess, yeah, they could have been like maybe mutual friends, or they knew each other in the past before they actually started dating. Could be that. Can I get one more, please? One more card. Thank you. That was fast. You deserve love. Yeah, this is her. This is her here. Okay. Taylor Swift is a go-getter. This is also giving me Sagittarius energy, fire sign energy. Okay, I don't know if she's a Sag, but it is giving me fire sign. So when I think of a fire sign woman, this is someone that is vibrant, very attractive. She's action-based, so she charges forward and takes action when it comes to her love life as well. Okay, and it says you are lovable. Yeah, so I do feel like the relationship with them, I honestly don't. Okay, so because I was trying to figure out why did they break up. So the reason why they broke up was there was deception. So somebody was lying, okay? But she's forgiven him. If it was him, she's forgiven him with the express your love, okay? And then we have forgiving and learning, all right? So I feel like, you know, no one's perfect. There was some deception here. Could have been cheating, could not, but there was definitely, you know, false masks being worn. Like someone wasn't being honest about who they are, how they feel. Someone was kind of putting on like a good face instead of just being their authentic self. And I think ultimately this is what led to the breakup, was deception. Okay, and I think it's both of them, because in this card here, both of these people have on masks. Okay, notice he has on a mask and so does she. So she wasn't being her authentic self either. So it wasn't just him. I think mutually they both were kind of being a little fake with each other, and once the mask fell off, which it always does, they decided to call it quits. Okay, but I don't feel like it was anything like malicious or anything like that, but there could have been some cheating. Maybe someone from the past, like an ex, came in while they were together, right? And you know, I feel like Taylor Swift, her energy is giving me she's not going for it. If you cheat on her, that's it. Like she's not really going for that. Okay, she's like the main girl. She wants to be a wife. She wants to be the main girlfriend. She's Taylor Swift, so it's like, how dare you cheat on me, you know, that type of thing. But people are going to do what they want to do. If they want to be monogamous and they want to be loyal to you, they will do that naturally. And I feel like people that cheat will eventually cheat on anyone that they're with. It has nothing to do with the other person, and vice versa. If someone is loyal in a relationship and, you know, they don't cheat, that's because they're not a cheater, period. They wouldn't cheat on anyone, you know, they would just leave. So I feel like with Taylor, she does not tolerate cheating. The first sign of deception, the first sign of lying, she's leaving. She's calling it quits. But she's very optimistic. I do feel like, you know, she's happy about the current relationship that she's in. Of course, nothing is perfect, but I feel like she's moved on. Okay, look at this. Release your ex. Yeah, she's moved on from him. She's moved on. Are they attracted to each other? Yes, they're attracted to each other. But she's moved on from Joe Alwyn. Yeah, it was too many red flags. With pay attention to the red flags. Too many red flags. And they may have even tried to get back with each other, with give your relationship a chance, but it just didn't work out. It was too many red flags still. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to move on to the Lover's Oracle. I love these cards because they're heart-shaped. And I think it's so cute. All right. So give me a clear message when it comes to matters of the heart for Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift. How does he feel about her? How does she feel about him? Is there reconciliation in the future for them? Give me a clear message when it comes to matters of the heart. Okay, so this was the card that flipped out. Let's see what this says here. So it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. And I just said that, matters of the heart. So that's the theme, matters of the heart. There is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Yeah, I feel like this was a karmic relationship for her. And when I say karmic, it doesn't necessarily mean negative. I just mean that in this relationship, they both were learning. There was a lesson that needed to be learned. So when I say karmic, it means there was a lesson that needed to be learned. And a lot of times with karmic relationships, once you learn that lesson, the relationship is no longer needed. So it will dissipate. Usually it ends up in a breakup, or, you know, both parties decide like, hey, this isn't working out. But on a subconscious level, on a spiritual level, it's because they have both learned the lesson that needed to be learned. I feel like there was some control issues there. There was a little bit of deception as well. Okay. Do I feel like they're attracted to each other? Do I feel like there's chemistry there? Yes. I don't necessarily see like a them getting back together necessarily, but I do feel like, you know, they both learned from the relationship with each other. Okay. And I feel like no one was right and no one was 100% wrong. I feel like both of them came in kind of not being their authentic self. So starting off a relationship not being your full self is already a recipe for failure, because you want to fall in love with the person. You don't want to fall in love with the persona, or, you know, their representative. You want to fall in love with that person. And I feel like both of them weren't being 100% honest with each other in the relationship. So that's what I'm getting. I'll pull a little bit of tarot just to close out the reading. Okay. So let's clarify this with some tarot when it comes to Joe Alwyn and Taylor Swift. Okay, Page of Pentacles. So there could have been, he could have felt a bit inferior because she makes more money than him. So he could have felt like less of a man because he's like, I'm dating Taylor Swift and she's like super rich. You know, he's not broke, but it's like he doesn't have Taylor Swift money. So I do feel like, you know, he came in with his little pentacle. He came in with his little coin, you know, wanting to impress her and things like that. And he could have had like a bit of an inferiority complex. Okay, with the King of Cups, he is very loving. Could be a water sign. Not necessarily, but could be a water sign. So he could be a Pisces. What's that? Pisces, Aquarius. And no, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Okay, but the King of Cups is a man that has emotional intelligence in the upright position. Emotional intelligence. They've learned how to be in tune with their heart, and they're able to express their feelings, express their emotions, okay, on a very deep level. All right, this person is a lover, could even be a husband, like husband material. Okay. And I feel like he's grown. Like, it goes from the Page to the King. So this is showing me Joe Alwyn's progression as a man. Like, you know, from a boy to a man. is what I'm getting. So I feel like within their relationship together, he grew. He matured a lot. I feel like with the help of Taylor Swift, she kind of like helped him evolve from a boy to a man. Okay, what else? Yeah, yeah. Okay, with the Ace of Swords. So their communication, I feel like he's a better communicator now. He's able to express his feelings, and so is she. You know, she's grown as a woman. Yeah. Learning to control your emotions with the Strength card. Taming the Beast. Okay, so I do feel like ultimately they both learned from each other. And they both were able to walk away from this relationship being better people. All right, with the Temperance, yeah. Managing your emotions is the same theme coming out. Mm-hmm. Being a better communicator. Trust, you know, great communication builds trust. Can I have one more? Yep. Moving on. So they both moved on, moving on to calmer waters here, leaving, you know, gossip and turbulent behind, maybe arguing. They could have been arguing with the swords, you know, like kind of going back and forth with each other. They've left all that behind and they both have moved on to a better place, which is great. So good for them. Yeah, look at her. She is the Empress on the bottom here. Okay, he's the king, you know, the king definitely gets their respect. It's a very strong masculine energy, right? Very strong masculine energy. However, she is the Empress. Okay, what she needs, and when I say she, I'm talking about Taylor, what she needs is the Emperor. She needs her match. And I don't feel like she's met her match yet. I don't. But I do feel like she is optimistic that she will meet this person. Okay, so that was the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I tried to get it under 20 minutes, so I'm at 21 minutes and 50 seconds. So I'm going to end it here. Make sure you guys like this video. If you've gotten to the end of the video, like the video. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. All right, bye. Peace.